all know that the living beings on the earth are dependent on water.
Around 71% of the Earth's surface is covered with water. All of us depend on water for growing crops, food, and many other purposes.
Students, as you all know that it does not rain throughout the year and water is not available uniformly throughout the year and across various regions. So, in today's class, let's have a look at the rainfall. Students, all of us would have experienced severe heat during summer season starting from April to June. Now, I'm sure all of us are waiting for the rains. But students, have you ever wondered what causes rains? We see clouds every day, but why is it not raining every day? How is rain bearing clouds formed? In today's class, let's find answers to all these questions. Students, you must have observed that while boiling water in a vessel with its lids on, you might have seen water droplets on the lid, which once cooled condenses again and fall as water drops. Can you guess what happens there? Yes students, it is evaporation. Water when heated evaporates into vapor and touches the lid. When these hot vapors come into contact with the outside cool air, the vapor cools and becomes water drops and gets stuck to the lid of the vessel. This shows that water evaporates and later condenses on cooling. The water vapor is the starting point of the rain also. Here are few more examples.
When the wet clothes are dried in the open spaces, the water disappears after some time. In a similar way, when some water is placed in a plate, it dries up in a day or two. The water from the clothes or the plate, or even when the water is boiling, becomes vapor and mixes with the air through a process called evaporation.
Students, now let us look at how this water vapor is responsible for the rain.
The Earth's surface is full of water bodies like lakes, rivers, seas, oceans, etc. There is continuous evaporation of water from these water bodies. The evaporation process thus happens wherever there is moisture like clothes, human bodies, plants, soil, etc.
The evaporation process speeds up with increase in temperature. But students, how do you think the clouds are formed and how does it rain? When the water vapor rises along the hot air, it reaches high up in the sky. When it reaches this point, it gets cool. As you all are aware of the fact that with an increase in the altitude, there is a decrease or fall in the temperature.
As the water vapor gets cooled, it changes into tiny water droplets. The water droplets also gather dust and smoke particles that are present in the air along with them and gradually become bigger. All these drops combine together to form the clouds. When these clouds move in the upward direction, they get cooler and more droplets of water are formed. These droplets come together to form bigger drops, which get heavier. As they get heavier, it becomes difficult to remain in the air. Hence, they fall as raindrops.
Students, now can you guess which season has more evaporation? Where do you think the maximum evaporation takes place?